Welcome back. Here we are going to do a groundwork session with Wilson here. He's 5 years old. He's been brought in here to start. This is our fourth day, I believe, with him this week, and that we've had him. We're getting a little more particular on the groundwork. By the end of the sessions, he's doing really good for us. But every time you get him out, he's a little ornery, moving around and just kind of got an ornery sense to him. Not mean at all. What he's doing is just his orneriness is coming out of him. So that's what we're going to be working on. I'm going to show you a little bit of the issues that we've been dealing with and how I'm going to fix it. Again, watch my flag, watch my lead rope, watch how his feet are moving, wind it back and get back to it and watch it again and kind of study it. He's super flinchy about his head. I don't know what was going on with that, but he's super flinchy with his head. But I'll be working on some of that stuff. I'm going to do a short little clip here. So I'm going to just go through my groundwork stages 1, 2, and 3. I'm going to ask him to move this direction. And we've done round pen with him, work with him. This morning we could kind of work him in the round pen a little bit, and it'd probably be better at his groundwork. But as you see, he's going around here. He's looking out toward everything else. He's pushing on me with his shoulder. I'm not going to correct it right now as we're coming around. And this is a good place to get kicked. So when they're looking out toward the outside, their hindquarters are getting into you. And for him being ornery, that'd be something that he might do and not really mean. So I'm going to come in here to the shoulder, push him out with my flag, get a little more bend. Keep the distance in between me. Keep going in the circle. As you see, he's kind of pulling on me with the halter every once in a while. I want a little more attention toward me. Push him out again there. I'm going to push him out a little more toward the rump because I do not want to get kicked. Even if it's on accident for him, it'll still hurt the same for me. So moving him around here, he's getting a little better. I'm going to move his butt out and send him on. Here he's just not wanting to go forward, so I'm pretty persistent on it. On asking him to go forward. A little more toward the hindquarters, moving and ask to go forward here. Bring your shoulders out. There, we're getting a little more bend. He's kind of sitting in a little bit. I want to get it started here for you earlier this week. So this side here, trying to get them moving out. And I go till they're decent on this side before I start on the next side. They got to be making improvement there. I'm telling them keep your distance. Keep your distance. There you go. Now he's still kind of looking to the outside, but I got a little more space between me and him. There we go. There he's doing a little better. Got his mind a little bit on me. Now I got to bring his attention back on me down through here. We're going around here. He's doing pretty good there. So I'm going to ask him for his hindquarters. And there we go. And you can see like his head shaking and backing up. That's all is just being ornery and being fresh this morning. Usually by the time I get him out, by the time I put him away, he's usually pretty good. But the next morning, he's still a little ornery again. So I got to keep being consistent with it and keep going. So here I'm going to ask for the front end come through. And when I'm asking the front end to come through, I'm pointing him in the direction I want him to go. And then I'm following through. If he doesn't lead with just the feel of the lead rope, I'm going to bring in my flag and ask him to move up by the shoulder area. Now here you can see he's still looking toward the outside. He's not being consistent in my circle. There he's a little bit better. Get out there. There we go. Keep going forward. And every time that he kind of slows down and like there, I'm going to ask him with my hand and then follow through with my lead rope, or with my flag. So this is something more like you might be dealing with at home. So you can kind of see my flag work. Push him out through here. Drive him forward down through here because he wants to kind of kick out his butt there. He wants to go in that direction. Push him out here. Ask him to go forward here. There he's shaping up a little bit, so I'm going to go walk toward the hindquarters. And he was really, really stiff, moving the hinds, stiff on the halter. And with time, I don't get to particular the first day, but with time that comes where he gets really soft and has a lot more bend with him. So here I'm going to ask for the front quarters. How to do that is you point in the direction you want to go, and then you bring your flag up toward their shoulder and walk forward as they're moving off. And when I'm doing the front end on these mules, moving the front end on them, front 2 feet, what I'm looking for, there's a prime example. He wanted to kick me, so I'm like, hey, move that hindquarters out, keep walking forward. And here he's not as confused as he lets on. He's more just not wanting to do it. So you got to be consistent through there. There he's getting a little better. He's got a little attitude to him. He's a little ornery to mess with. Not really dangerous if you know what you're doing, but he's just ornery. There he's doing really good. You see the difference in him from the first time I was doing first circle? So my flag slows down. I add less stress. I'm going to ask for the hindquarters. Walk toward that tail. As he's moving the hindquarters really nice. And then I'm going to ask for the front to come through. If you watch the front 2 feet, they crossed over in front of each other. When we're doing this, I'll explain a little more the next time I do the hindquarters to front. But one thing to notice, when I went for the hindquarters, his mind was already on me. His ear was in toward me. That'll make the hindquarters come 3 times as easy. Now to start with, it's not going to be perfect, but you had to keep on working and being consistent and watching for those little things and give him a release by let him stand still. And here I'm kind of giving him a release when he's doing good. I'm just releasing with my flag. I see here it's kind of quiet. He's doing pretty good. Getting started, so I'm stay pretty quiet here. He's kind of looking out toward the other end, so I'm going to bring in my flag and bother him just a little bit on the inside. I'm like, and a lot of times what I'm looking for is just that ear to be on me. Here he's kind of looking out in the distance. So I do a little bit to get the ear on me. So that's the first thing I look for when I'm doing the circle, is just to get that inside ear turned into me and check in with me. First, you got to get the thought processes to come through, and then the feet follow. There he's doing decent again. You're just looking out to the outside. So here I'm going to go for the hindquarters. And see how soft he is, because his brain is on me. He's moving them inside hind feet the way I want him to be. His front feet are being nice and loose. He's not pulling on me with the halter. So here, what's going to happen, this foot, when I'm pointing to with my flag to do the front quarters, it's going to step in front of the other foot. And as they're doing this, they're rocking back. And what I'm looking for in the hind feet, if you want to be really particular about this, that hind foot there on this side in the back, I want him to sit back and pivot on that foot as he moves the front around. Now on him, I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to get it this time, but that is my end goal. So I want him, like there, he didn't pivot back. If he's not sitting back, he's probably pushing on you a little bit as he's coming through with his front feet. So I'll do it again. I'm going to be looking for that front foot to cross over in front. You see, he's kind of set up there when he stopped. This foot is already more underneath him, so he can pivot on that foot. So as we're coming through here, I'm going to ask him to set back and step through with his front feet. He's a little sticky with his front. Now I'm just asking to move forward. But that's kind of what I'm looking for. I'll go through here again and watch his feet while I'm moving the front end. So first things first, I do the circle. And we got a little video on that. You can watch, circle back and watch. Keep walking forward. And I'm going to go for the hindquarters. As I'm doing this, I'm going to go for the front. There, he crossed over in the front. And it's a little better. He wasn't quite set back as far as I want him to, as far as being pivoting on his hind foot, but he was better than the time before. As I'm coming around here, you can see how much quieter he's getting the more I'm moving his feet. There we go. Step in front of the other foot and go right back to step number 1. So this is kind of all three combined on this colt. You kind of seen him when I started with him here, how he was, and how much more relaxed he's getting as we go along. So I'm kind of teaching him and schooling him. There I'm giving him his release. There I'm bothering him a little bit. He needs to walk forward a little more. And there he's doing pretty good. He's coming in, so I'm going to move and push him out to the shoulder, push him forward. That's what we're coming through here. He's really wanting me to go to the hindquarters. Here I'm going to go for the hindquarters. There we go. Then I'm going to come around to the front. As you see him, how much his hind feet set underneath him there as he went to the front end. But here it kind of shows you a little bit what this groundwork can do on these mules as they come along. How much more relaxed they become. There you can stand still for a few seconds. I'm going to give him a little rest. Pet him on him. Tell him he's a good kid. And then I'm going to let him sit here for a little bit, and then I'm going to ask him to go again. So that's a little video on this, on a little greener colt. That's what we're doing, coming along here. So that's all I have for you in this video. Thanks for watching.